and welcome back to the Red Room, my friends. You lucky people stumbling upon this outpouring of love that I've got for you. Today we're going to be looking at album number 4 of 2024, and it's called Animal Farmed. Now, it's not, as the title would suggest, about animals being farmed. I'm a vegetarian, but that's beside the point. This is about humans being farmed by the 1% for all of our cash. And basically, the first song on the album is called Animals, and we're the animals. And the lyrics of the bridge, I think, sum it up best. Au natural is unnatural, they say. Buy my wares and you'll be fine. So it's really, the whole theme is buyer beware. About the stuff that you consume, because, you know, we're not designed for the million. If you believe in evolution, and even if you believe in creation, we're designed a certain way, and then we've layered in all of this crap on top of it that we consume, and then on top of that, it's a bunch of medicine to counteract all that. And actually, what we were designed to do from the very first Australopithecines that came down from the trees, Australopithecus africanus or afarensis, in the middle of Africa, in these gorges, these sun-bleached gorges when they were full of fruit. That's what we ate, and that's what our bodies are designed to consume. And then we started eating meat through the ice ages and stuff, and that's fine. It doesn't kill us. It's what they inject into the animals that's going to fucking kill us. So I'm not going to get overly political. It's not what this album's about. All my music's about fun. All my albums need a theme, though, and that's what this is, because it's something that affected my life, and I'm a lot happier and healthier because I made some lifestyle choices, and you can make your own choices. Just buyer beware. So let's get stuck into the tracks, because there is a lot of fun to be had on this album, and I really hope you enjoy it. Let's take a listen. So, let's get stuck in, you beautiful, wonderful bastards here. Track number 1 is called Animals, and it's a real rocker. And it's what I've just been talking about, that we're the animals, and we're being milked for our cash. And it's literally just a good old-fashioned rocker. So let's take a wee listen.
And now I know the reason why that you and I should do these things every day. Why? I guess it's those million years that now society is trying to wipe away. All natural is unnatural. Buy my wares and you'll be fine. Well, I am an animal. I hope that you can be an animal too. Well,
There you go, Animals. Lots of wee animal noises going on there. Had to do it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do that track. Moving on, track number 2 is called Doorways. Now, there's a great wee story behind this song. Doorways is like, you know, have you ever seen the film Sliding Doors? It's like if you went this way out of the door, this would happen to your life, and if you turn right, a whole different bunch of things could happen in your life. It's about chance and weird outcomes from the oddest of little decisions, micro decisions that just change your world. So this was based on a Monday night. I went out with one of my friends in Edinburgh, and we he was taking me to see one of his friends' bands, and I love a live act. Especially in small clubs. I'm not a big fan of the stadium gigs. Well, they're all right, but I prefer the intimate little ones where it's sweaty and you can jump off the stage and mosh. And I love a mosh pit. Even at my age, I love a mosh pit. Still energetic enough to have a mosh. So we just got to the venue. It was called Bannerman's. It's in the sort of like underground cobbled part of Edinburgh, right in the city centre near the castle. And it's a notorious little pub for great bands. I've seen some great acts in there, including these guys, Battalion of Flies. If you ever get the chance to go and listen to them on Spotify, do. They're a great kind of neo-grunge band. They're fucking brilliant. Anyway, so we just got to the door of the venue, and he put his hand on the handle, and he just stopped and went, "Nah." I'm like, "What?" I just don't fancy going to see a band. Come on, we'll go somewhere else. I'm like, "Fuck off, I want to see a band." He's like, no, come on, we'll go somewhere else. Well, we walked up the road into this pub called Finnegan's Wake, which is in Victoria Street. It's an Irish theme bar. Diddly 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 diddly, all that shit. And we started chatting to these people, 2 guys and a girl. And the girl, a few years later, became my wife. What are the fucking chances? A Monday night. And I was supposed to be going to see a band, and instead met my wife. Oh no! Could we not just gone to see the band? No, honestly, I'm joking. I love it to bits. It was an incredible night. If he hadn't stopped and decided not to go in to see his mate's band, the chances are astronomical that we were just going to go in. My children wouldn't exist. Isn't that incredible? How life just turns like this. So, if you're feeling crap and shite and your life's a load of rubbish, and mine does from time to time, it is right now, just remember anything can happen. Yeah? Stick in. Anything can happen. It'll all turn out nice in the end, as long as you're a nice person yourself. Right, so, without further ado, this is Doorways.
I didn't say I'd be with you, but here we are. I didn't think it could last this long, that we'd make it this far. I didn't go out on Monday night looking for love. I just went out to see a band and took a right turn. So tell me, girl, what are the chances you and I should ever be 1,000,000 to 1? We could make some mystery, but toss of a coin. I could thank the lucky stars for doorway number 2. I'm such a lucky man. I took a long winding road to let me into your arms. Well, I took the higher road. I found everything I could ever want. A hand on a handle.
There you go. Doorways. Fate. It's amazing. It really is. Right, moving on. Track number 3, On Top of the World. Now this stars the fabulous Yindi. You've heard her sing on a couple of my tracks before, and I love it to bits. She's go on to YouTube. I can't remember exactly what channel's called, but have a search for Yindi. There can't be many Yindis out there, and she's just she's incredible. She always paints her face up in all these rainbow colours, and her hair changes colour all the time. It's huge. She's got this big curly hair. It's beautiful, and sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's pink and blue, and it's she just has so much fun with herself. I don't know if she's just if it was me, I'd be like going, I look a bit plain, how do I make myself more interesting? All I can do is put on a leather jacket. I'm not a make-uppy kind of person. Fortunately. I mean, Yindi's beautiful without all that stuff. She doesn't need it. But she has such fun with it. And she puts like luminous stuff on her face and switches the lights off. She looks brilliant. It's trippy as fuck. I love her. Anyway, On Top of the World. So I'd written the structure of the song, and I had an idea for the chorus. So I'd kind of done the chorus. And I thought, right, Yindi was looking for a kind of punky song to do, and I said, well, I've got one on the go at the moment. I've not written anything for the verses. The music's there, but there's no vocal melody, so I'll have a wee pop. And she just nailed it. It's great. It's got a kind of blondie kind of vibe, I think. But yeah, okay, take a little listen.
Surprised by the passion in my eyes. I used to soak it all, but recently I don't give a fuck. I put my lipstick on, pick my hair, and then I'm done. I just feel right now. 'Cause I am totally fine. No one's gonna burn me down, 'cause I'm on top of the world.
There we go, On Top of the World, and I get to sing the second verse. But yeah, it's Yindi's melodies and stuff in the verses. Brilliant, I love that song. Right, moving on, A Pocket Full of Sunshine. This is full of double entendres. A pocket full of sunshine is something a gentleman keeps in his pocket. For the ladies. To bring them happiness. It's it's just a fun song, and it's a bit rude. You know what? It's kind of like classic heavy metal songs are either about the devil or shagging. So this is the latter. I don't write many devil-y songs, when I do, they're normally kind of fun. So yeah, if you listen to most AC/DC songs, for example, they're all about a guy finding various ways to make love to a beautiful woman. So it's in that kind of theme. Have a listen. Pocket Full of Sunshine. Alright, moving on. The next song, track 5, is called Immolation. Now, those that know me know that I'm a huge fan of the James Bond franchise and its music in particular. A lot of the films were just terrible. Some of the Roger Moore films where he's in a motorised gondola that comes out of in Moonraker, and all the weird things. The gondola's driving down the street and a pigeon does a double take. Oh, fucking hell. What were they thinking? Oh, thank God for Daniel Craig. Oh, but the only thing that rescued that movie was the soundtrack. Moonraker by Shirley Bassey and John Barry. I'm a huge fan of John Barry. And subsequently David Arnold, who went on to do like the soundtrack for Casino Royale, etc. And got to work with Chris Cornell, the lucky bastard. So I love the music. And every now and then I have a wee pop at doing a Bond theme. So this one's called Immolation, and it's all about stand too close to me and you might get burned, and the smell of gun smoke and all that kind of, all the usual cliched things you get in Bond themes. So have a little listen and imagine me in a tuxedo flying through the air and birds swinging on guns with their tits out.
Immolation fire, consuming me with desire. Can your love lift me higher or kill me? Feeling the warmth of your sun, the sulfuric stench of your gun, leading me to the moment that I die. Into the love we fly, up in the burning sky. Is it our time to die, or mother moth to your flame? And through your flame.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Bond. You're very welcome, yes. So, moving on to the next song. The next song is called Half of You. Half of You. This is a Beatles tribute. It was a song that was really popular on BandLab with the community. It was one of my most played songs. I think the reason is there's BandLab's kind of based in Singapore, and Singapore is just full of Beatles fans. Hip hop and the Beatles, that's what they're into in Singapore. And maybe a bit of Oasis. I've been a Beatles fan since I was able to hear, which includes In the Womb. And I was sitting in the womb in 1969. That just goes to show how old I am. I've now lived through how many decades? The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, 10s, 20s, 7 decades. It shows. and just pop out it came and just absolutely fell in love with the Beatles straight away. And to this day I love them. And for some weird reason, my daughter's really into them as well. She refers to boys that she fancies. You know, she's 15 now, so she's getting that way. She refers to boys she fancies as her husband. And George Harrison's one of her husbands. The lucky man. Because she's bonny. Yeah, so half of you, it's about... I wish I was even half of what the Beatles were. I think I write pretty good songs. I write a catchy melody, I write a good anthem that you can sing along with, and I like rockers. But I'm nothing compared to them. I wish I was, but I'm not. So this is it, this is half of you.
Such beautiful simplicity. My tongue is tied, my fingers weak. I cannot reach your heights. All of my life you've been there like a star. Trying to be just half of you somehow.
There we go, half of you. That's half a Beatles song. It's probably a little bit more like, I don't know, Enough's Enough, who were a very Beatley glam rock band from the 80s, hair metal days, from LA I think they were. Anyway, next song is called Backseat Driver, and it's about people who just sit and, hey, you should do it this way. Not necessarily someone in the backseat of your car driving, telling you what to do, which is my wife. She'll kill me. Yeah, but it's about, people saying, do your life this way, do your life that way, and more probably about the people in charge saying, do this. Ah, fuck you, I'll do it my way. I'll do it my way. Yeah, so this is Backseat Driver, and it's a bit of a grungy rocker.
Get me
There we go. Backseat driver. Okay, next song is called I Am Not, and it features the fabulous Pip. You've heard me speaking about Pip before. She's one of my buddies on BandLab. I think she's actually probably regarded in a lot of the different genres as probably the most fabulous person on BandLab. She can turn her hand to anything. She's an incredible singer, and she's a lovely, lovely person as well. If she just puts herself out there and works with absolutely everybody, and she records everything on her phone, just sings into her phone in her laundry room because it's got good acoustics. Brilliant. Yeah, so this is called I Am Not. It's I am not an animal. I am not a number, I am not an animal, blah blah blah. I am not a number. So it's kind of based on the premise of there was a show in the 60s called The Prisoner, starring Patrick McGookin. And it was set in a little town called Portmeirion in Wales. And it's a fantastic little place. It looks like a sort of shortbread town. It's bizarre. And it was my first kind of view of things with a weird retro Victorian thing going on and big, huge penny farthing bicycles. And it was weird. It was like a trip. And the end of the film, the TV series, was even trippier. But it had this intro dialogue because everyone that was there that was a prisoner in this town had a number. You know, who are you? I am number 2. And blah 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 blah. And you are number 6. You are number 2. You said number 2. Yeah, so it's I am not a number. That's kind of where that comes from. Don't pigeonhole me. I'm not a statistic in your little game, which is actually one of the lyrics. So you know what? It's only 3 minutes. I'm going to play the whole fucking thing because I can't cut Pip off in her prime. She's just fucking brilliant. Listen to this.
I am not a follower of fashion. I'm no Paris New. I'm not into football with a passion. I just like a tune. I am not a number. I am not a tool. I am just an animal. I am nobody's fool. Watching the plan unfold. The puppet masters by nefarious methods, hoovering all the gold. I am not a number. I am not a tool. I am just an animal. I am nobody's fool. Sometimes I get the feeling I am being handed like a cow. As if there's a higher fucking power moving me somehow. I'm not a number, I'm not a statistic in your little game. I'm not taking enforced prescriptions. I don't want to pay for your wars and your weapons. You're spunking my tax against the wall when a better health service would benefit all. So off your fucking useless twats. I live like an animal, how about that? Pockets of the scum. Say goodbye to liberty. Was dreaming TV gives you dawn. It's over for time, running at times. There's nothing these bounces have left to chance. Teach no flight to all the care. When they around your jobs on down. Here's a book, fuck off, I read it. Sit back, enjoy universal credit. Obey the law. You do well or else you're going straight to hell. I am not a number. I am not a tool. I am
Listen to that. Oh, brilliant. I never asked her to do all the cow noises and stuff throughout the song. She just really gets into the spirit of it and just makes it. It's just bonkers. I love her. Moo. So good. All right, moving on. Track number 9. It's called Float By. Now, this is a song about a couple of sort of working class guys in Edinburgh. And their mate's got a barge, a canal boat. There's canals run through Edinburgh, or certainly a canal. I can't remember if there's more than one. And it kind of it goes from the centre of Edinburgh in a place called Fountain Bridge, which is where Sean Connery, the James Bond guy, that's where he was born. He was born just across the road from the canal, where all the breweries certainly used to be. I think they've pulled them all down now. The Edinburgh, that part of Edinburgh used to just stink of hops from brewing beer, so that we could all get absolutely fucking hammered. And the canal just kind of meanders its way through Edinburgh, through the good parts and the bad parts. So this song is about these guys on a boat, because I'm trying to chill things down now and have a real Scottish kind of vibe. By I say Scottish vibe, I don't mean bagpipes and fucking kilts and shortbread and tartan and haggis and all that bollocks. The real Scotland. The nut jobs and the fucking heroin addicts and the shopping trolleys in the river. All that kind of stuff. That's the real Scotland. And the music out of Edinburgh, a lot of it was kind of founded on the punk of the 70s. So it's kind of like a mini Seattle in a way, the stuff that happened in Edinburgh. There was a band called The Exploited, who you might have heard of, who were like one of the greatest punk bands of all time. They had a big influence on what happened to a lot of bands. And this kind of studenty bands from the art colleges and stuff, they were kind of like post-punk. So it was like deep, meaningful, thoughtful punk, and a lot of like these great bands flowered out of that experience. Even bands like Garbage. Shirley Manson from Garbage, she was from Stockbridge, where I grew up. She was a couple of years above me in my school. I remember seeing her back then, long ginger hair. She was a geek, and then she suddenly became cool because she got into like punky music, and she worked in Miss Selfridge, and then was in a band called Goodbye Mr. Mackenzie, who were, I can't remember, associated. I think the guitarist used to be the roadie for The Exploited. I think that's how it all worked. Big John, I think his name was. So trying to capture that sort of vibe in the music, bringing it down. What would it be like to be working class? Believe me, I know, that's me, and that's how I grew up. Poorer than working class I was. I got free school dinners. We were so poor. Perish the thought. And anyway, what would it be like for these guys to go on a barge and just, what would they be up to? They're not going to be sitting there writing poetry. They're just getting pissed and having a few cans of Amstel beer and smoking a couple of joints and chatting up girls who are walking by the canal as they're on their way past. And they're going through all the housing schemes, because the canal goes through all the shite bits as well, where the shopping trolleys have been just tossed into the canal and just rubbish and bottles floating about and stuff. So that's the basic vibe. I'll shut up now and just put it on. Oh, and I play an EBow, one of these things, on the intro. So if you're wondering what makes the sound, that's what it is.
Got a head full of often cuts. I wonder if we can make it to the ocean.
There we go. I think it's nice and chilled. I love the EBow. It just gives such a beautiful sound. If you don't know what it is, that's that thing I was holding up, and you just it only works on electric guitars. It sends out a little electromagnetic signal that makes your strings vibrate, and you just hold it on your strings, and it sustains a note, and you can just like use a slide of your fingers up and down the guitar, and it just gives you some beautiful sounds. A good example of it being used was on a track the Foo Fighters did. I think they use it quite a lot, or not a lot, but on a couple of tracks. It was called, what was it? Underground or something. Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the second last track on the Sonic Highways album. Something to do with Underground. It might be called that. Go and have a listen. It's a cracking album and song. Right, anyway, track number 10, the album closer, is called Farmed because Animals is the opener and Farmed is the closer. Clever, eh? So yeah, it's an instrumental. I don't do many instrumentals, but sometimes I like just the vibe and to take vocals out of the equation and see what can take its place. So it's a very kind of prog rock thing, because I almost wanted like a science fiction-y kind of vibe, like it's from 1984 or The Matrix or something, and we're all hooked into machines, which is kind of what we are. We're not plugged in like in The Matrix, because when you're plugged in lying in a wee bath, you're not spending money. And so Matrix will never happen, because they like you to pay cash, and you know, they like you to be idle so that you go shopping, and it was particularly apparent during the COVID pandemic, which in my opinion should never have happened. All these lockdowns were better than that, and so's our immune systems. We didn't need fucking masks, because if you ask anyone that works in a hospital, those things are useless. They don't stop anything. Maybe the smell of a fart will stop. But no, it wouldn't. Where was I going with that? I got into farts. Because I'm Scottish, it normally comes around to shits or farts or sex. Anyway, no, so it's like I wanted this science fiction kind of thing, and yeah, spending money, and during the COVID pandemic, it was the biggest transference of wealth in the history of mankind, from the poor to the super rich. It was something like $7 trillion changed hands from the poor to the super wealthy, which is, that's the numbers. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I think that's what it was. Just in a year and a half. Just incredible, because we were all locked in wee rooms and all we could do was spend money to stop ourselves from going crazy. So if it happens again, that's why it's happening again. Because algorithms work out that a lockdown is a good thing for the trillionaires in the world. Oh really? Thanks for that. Isn't AI fucking marvellous? Right, anyway, let's move on and play this song. This is Farmed. There you go. I'm not going to play it all. You'll need to go and give it a little listen. So that's us. That's album number 4, Animal Farmed. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for hanging around and listening to it with me. And I'll know if you've been listening because I had to go at the pandemic at the end. And there'll be some nasty comments about that. How dare you say that lockdown was a fucking travesty? So I know if you've listened right to the end. I'm chilled about the whole thing. I just like to stir. Right, anyway, so it just remains for me to say thank you. And please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe down below. And I'll follow up very soon. I've still got album 5, 6, and then the double album, which is effectively album 7 and 8 of 2024. So there's still lots more to come, and I hope you enjoy those as well. So anyway, have a great day, everyone. Take care. Love you long time. Speak soon.